A lot of rappers get stuck in a repetitive flow and it doesn't sound authentic to them at all. It's like you sound like everybody else and you constantly hitting a brick wall and you can't get through it. And because you can't break through that wall, you start to lack confidence, whether it be on stage or whether it be on record. And because you lack that confidence, you start to blend in with the crowd. It's like you missing the chance to really stand out. And when you be doing your thing, whether you in a booth or whether you giving a show, it just feel like you going through the motions. It's just that you haven't quite learned how to take your flow from sounding like, yeah, it's all right to woo! And I'm about to give you the tricks that elevate your flow that you can use right now. You want to know the keys? It's the big three. That's mastering rhythmic variation, confidence, and breath control. So if you really want to know how to master your flow right now, stay tuned because that's what we're talking about today. Tip number 1, rap with confidence. I cannot stress this enough. When it comes to flows, especially when it comes to these bars, a good portion of the time, it ain't what you say, but it's how you say it. You put some confidence behind how you saying a bar, it's really going to go from, what Dave Chappelle say? Stop the record, rewind that. So rap with confidence. I'm gonna give you an example. All right, cool. I got a song that I made when I was younger called Gentleman, right? Forget the song. It's how I delivered the bars. It's the confidence. Now, these are the bars regular with no confidence, no oomph, no nothing. Now he used to the life and all that, yeah, right, and paparazzi. Fabrics, you tear rents in Park 106 and flash my Roxy. That's how it sound with no oomph, no nothing. Until I put some attitude behind it and it's like,
now he used to the life and all that, yeah, right, and paparazzi. See fabrics, you tear rents in Park 106 and flash my Roxy.
You see what I'm saying? So I'm gonna break that down on the oomph behind the bars. And it's a double entendre too. Y'all didn't ask for all of that, but I'm gonna give it to you anyway. Now he used to the life and all that, yeah, right. Now instead of me just saying, yeah, right, I made it seem like it was a conversation that I already had. Like when somebody telling you something, it's like, yeah, right. Like that's how I said it. So it's like, now he used to the life and all that, yeah, right. That's attitude. Who hasn't said, yeah, get out of here, or yeah, right, in a conversation? And instead of me just saying paparazzi, I put some oomph behind it. I said paparazzi. Now we're going to the second bar. Fabrics, you tear rents in Park 106 and flash my Roxy. I said it like this. Fabrics, you tear rents in Park 106 and flash my Roxy. I had to have the same oomph that I had on the first bar. Again, with confidence. Y'all didn't ask for this, but I'm gonna give it to you anyway. Breaking down the bar. Fabrics, you tear them, you rinse them, whatever, when they go to the cleaners or when you wash them. So fabrics, you tear, rinse. In Park 106 and flash my rock. See? Now I'll put the same oomph, like I said, behind the Roxy that I did paparazzi. And Roxy is like my rock, my ring. See? Again, going back to the bar, Roxy was the hostess on 106 and Park before they went off air. Just like Terrence was the host of 106 and Park before they went off air. So fabrics, you tear rents in Park 106 and flash my rock. See? So not only did I do a double entendre, I also gave those bars off because you heard what they sound like without the confidence, and then you heard what they sound like with the confidence. So again, rap with confidence. If your confidence is on a bean, my bad. A bean is old Philly lingo, that means 100. If your confidence is on 100, you could be totally wrong. And because your confidence is through the roof, everyone is going to think it's totally right. We see many examples of this every day. So make sure, again, your confidence is on 100. Tip number 2, switch up your flows during the song, especially during the verse. Prime example, I got a song called Champagne Consumer, and literally the first verse has the same flow for the first 8 bars. And after the first 8 bars, to me, the flow just sounded like it was real repetitive. And that's why we here to change that. So literally mid-verse, I just switched the entire flow. So the bars was like,
you see me and you like me, from the body to was down in the tight jeans. You keep looking at me and it's giving and tasting. You see I want the cake and you looking like icing.
I switched the flow right after that.
We dancing now when I bang bang, talking chitty chitty, waist itty bitty, and you want that bad, really really hands on. Gimme.
You see what I'm saying? Because it went from you see me and you like me, from the ball D to what's end of the tight. You see how it got real repetitive? And then it's like, you see I want the cake and you looking like ice cream. Switch, we dancing now, I want a bang bang. ain't talking chitty chitty, waist itty bitty, and you want it bad, really, really. Another example of this is Kendrick Lamar when he did DNA. Listen, before y'all kirk out on me, I do not know the lyrics. I just know the flow. Give me some grace. Kendrick switched up his flow mid-verse. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. This is Paula's oldest son. I know murders, convictions, murders, boosters, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Like he switched it mid-flow and then yeah. So this DNA and then went right back into that same flow. The moment he switched up his flow, I can't speak for y'all, but I was locked in. So those are two examples of switching up your flows. And if you don't know how to do that, I'm gonna give you a gem. If you got a voice recorder on your phone or a voice recorder of any kind, just tape yourself mumbling flows for about 3 to 8 minutes. And what you can do after that, when you find them flows that stick out to you, that really feel good to you, you base right in your bars off that alone. I'm telling you, it works wonders. Tip number 3, and this is something people do not talk about enough. Master the art of the pause. Sometimes when you rap in your music or when you feel in your music in a certain pocket, you could find a space to breathe or pause. Words don't have to be put in every second of the beat. Sometimes you gotta just let moments breathe. Prime example, on this same song that I mentioned earlier, at the end of the verse, I literally just said, I think I had a little bit too much. I was rapping that whole time, and that song was about me going to a party and having a little bit too much champagne. So literally what happens when you have champagne and you have too much to drink? You start to feel a little woozy, you pause a little bit. So literally when I got to the end of the verse, I literally just said, I think I had a little bit too much. The master of the pause, and then it went right into the hook. I could have easily said that I think I had a little bit too much. I had, you know what I'm saying? It just didn't feel right to put words right there. And it worked amazingly. Like I wouldn't change it for nothing. Another prime example of this is 3 Stacks when he's on Miss Jackson. When he's like, I pray so much about it in some knee pads. It happened for a reason, one can't be mad. You see what I'm saying? It's the art of the pause. He could have sat there and did I pray so much about it in some knee pad. Like he could have did that, but it's the master of the pause. Now I know what might be running through your head. What if I can't pull this off? But the truth is the tips that I just gave you are not about overcomplicating your flow. It's about you making subtle shifts in your flow that make it more impactful. Start small and it'll come naturally. I promise you. Like I said, practice, record yourself mumbling these flows, even if you don't have the words. Look at where you can find the spaces in them. Look at where you can find the pauses. Look at how you can come across differently in your delivery. Look at where you can build on your confidence within these bars that you write in. Practice, I promise you're gonna get better and better and better, and nobody will be able to see you on record or on stage. That's it, that's all. Thank you for tuning in. Now, if you wanna learn more, make sure you go to www.FromZeroToCenterStage.com for more performance tips. It's the only performance system in the world that takes you from being a complete unknown to headlining your own show without years of trial and error or without them BS insider connections. Also, while you're there, make sure you get a pre-performance checklist so you know what to have packed, handled, and ready days before your next show. Everything that I just named, you got access to it. All the links are in the description below. And don't forget to follow me on all social media at the Amor Laüren. And I'll see you next time. Peace.